Hi, I'm Fallon Fitzpatrick, CEO and founder of the New You School and Master Celebrity Hairstylist. Let's talk about narcissistic abuse and also cluster B personality disorder abuse. So I'm really sorry if you're watching this video and you happen to be diagnosed with a cluster B personality disorder. This is not to make you feel bad or to put you down, or, I understand that, mental health issues are the same as like having diabetes. This video is more focused towards, it's a physiological thing, nature, nurture, but still physiological, just the same as diabetes or anything else. But this video is to help people that are suffering from experiencing these relationships. So no offense, but I'm also going to talk to the people that have dealt with this. So basically, what are the signs of cluster B personality disorders? So sociopaths, antisocial personality disorder, wants control. Narcissistic personality disorder wants praise and admiration. Histrionic personality disorder wants attention. And borderline personality disorder feels empty, so they're trying to fill their emptiness. So they all have a unique need. This is all from Jackson McKenzie's Psychopath Free book, which it's really, really helpful. Basically, there's a cycle here, and it's idealization, devalue, and discard. Idealization, devalue, discard. That's what Jackson talks about. My experience with borderline individuals is I haven't experienced a discard with those, but with the narcissistic and the antisocial, I definitely have. I don't think I've dated someone that has histrionic. So basically, idealize, right? What is that? Constant attention, constant praise. It kind of feels like empty flattery though, if you start to pay attention. They're obsessed with you. You guys are exactly the same. It's just a lot of flattery, empty promises. They move really quickly. They say they talk about the future very quickly, even though you just met. And then what starts to happen? Usually like this intense obsession just like starts to fade and starts to stop, and then you're like left like, what is going on here, and is it me? And whatever happens with this type of personality, like if you try to confront them about anything, like it's always your fault. Like they will turn it around on you. So you're making it up, you're too sensitive, you're insecure, that's just your insecurity, you're crazy, right? And the gaslighting, like making you question your own sanity, saying that they never said that, saying that they never said the things they do. Most of these types of personality disorders are pathological liars. I feel like they even like start to believe their own lies. Also, you might notice that what they say and what they do is completely different. They might tell you, oh, I'm really kind, or I'm really this. And like, for the most part, people that have to say what they aren't actually those things. So we have to really pay attention to like what people do versus what they say. So idealization, and then the devaluing, right? The criticizing, the pulling away, and then finally the discard. So, my experience, they want to leave you first. So if you leave them, like they are pissed. And a lot of the times when they leave you, they already have another person lined up. So it makes you think like, have they been cheating on me? Maybe they were blatantly cheating on you. But again, you're always left with like, it's always your fault. So how to heal from this? I started reading Jackson McKenzie's next book called Whole Again, and it's all about mindfulness. And this is what I teach in my program. It's about really healing our core wound, right? Because a lot of us that might attract these type of people or have these type of people be attracted to us, it's like maybe we had early childhood trauma, maybe we had substance abuse. There's some kind of like codependency, but at the same time, the people that they prey on, sorry to say, are usually very independent, very successful, attractive, kind of have it all going for them. Supposedly it gives them a better ego boost if they can tear down someone that is, great. But underneath, like the, facade that this person has it all together, usually they're very empathetic, which is not to say they don't have it all together, but they're very empathetic, and they believe in love, and they're like idealistic and romanticize, and like think about a knight in shining armor, which might be from like codependency issues or insecurities. So I feel that we really have to heal these insecurities and these codependency issues. I love the book Codependent No More by Pia Mellody. It's a tough read. But anyway, it's really great. So I teach mindfulness, and with mindfulness and self-awareness and self-love and recognizing the red flags, we can stop this behavior. I used to date cluster B personality disorders for like 2 years, and I would always wonder like, why, this person was so amazing in the beginning, and it was like all of a sudden it just changed, and then as I started researching and reading Jackson Mackenzie's book, I also read the book Sitting Target, How and Why the Narcissist Chooses You by H.G. Tudor. And H.G. Tudor is a diagnosed narcissist, and he is the first narcissist that actually writes about the disorder. And he says that it is intentional. He does want to harm people. He does want to destroy people. But he also goes into how and why the narcissist chooses you. That's why I know about the symptoms, the codependency issues and stuff. But he says there's different types of narcissists. There's like the elite and the somatic, and like the intellectual, like the people that are really smart. The somatic are like, work out a lot, they're really hot. The elite are usually both, like they're really smart and they're really hot. And he goes into these categories like the lesser, the mid-range, and I forgot the top one, but basically like the top one, if they're elite and they're the top level, like they're really trying to get fuel from people and like hurt people and feed off of their negative emotions. But maybe like the lesser somatic ones, for example, might just kind of be a jerk and like say mean things, but they might not be consciously aware of like the plotting to like destroy people. But anyway, what can we do besides pay attention to the red flags? We can do mindfulness and self-healing work. And that's really, really what I want to work on in the New You School. I help people that have suffered from narcissistic abuse, personality disorder abuse, and early childhood trauma. And I get you to love the self and accept the self. So once we start to also get in touch with our intuition and our self-love, we start to recognize it. And I went, again, like I was saying, I used to date them for 2 years and realize like, oh, they just changed out of nowhere all of a sudden, what happened? But now that I've done research, I see the red flags that I missed and I overlooked. Then I dated them for a year and a half, then a year, then 9 months, and 6 months, then 5 months, then 4 months. This last one was a month. So I'm still on my journey to find someone that is very kind and emotionally healthy. The good news is, the reason I attracted these type of people was that's how everyone in my family is. Sorry, family, if you're watching this. Mom's borderline, grandma's histrionic, alcoholism, they could tend to be narcissistic. A lot of those comorbidities, because a lot of people with cluster B personality disorder have addiction and substance issues. I was raised with that, so all different types of it. So I kept the cycle going. And, I have been in therapy since I was 15, so I'm 35. So I was wondering why after all this work on myself, I kept the cycle going. And I realized I didn't know what it was. I was like, why are all these people changing, But the good thing is, I know that the next person I date will be good for me because I have healed the relationships with my parents, even though of their issues with like the boundary setting that I teach, the mindfulness, not living from guilt, like all these lessons that I teach in my program, I've applied to them. And now I actually have a good relationship with them, even though there was abuse and neglect and substance abuse, which led to abuse and neglect. And then now, like all my friends are super, super supportive. All my coworkers and my bosses, like super, super supportive. And that wasn't the case back in the day. And I used to have, toxic friends as well. And now I cut them all out of my life, and I'm pretty happy. So I really want to share with you all the tips in my New You School program. And I want to help you heal yourself and love yourself and, recognize the red flags and love yourself enough that you don't want to put up with that crap. So I hope to see you soon. Please email me at Fallon@fallonfitzpatrick.com if you want some support. Bye.